that feeling where you're not just overwhelmed? You feel like something inside of you is about to rupture. The pressure is just building and there's nowhere for it to go. And someone has absolutely told you at some point, it's just anxiety. Babe, Harvard found the exact protein responsible for that feeling, and your cells are over here taking the word burst extremely literally. That protein is called gasdermin. And what it does is hands down the most dramatic thing I've learned in all this freaking research. So picture this. When a cell's worn out and damaged, it gets two options for how to go, okay? Door number one is called apoptosis. And it's kind of like the classy exit. It's a controlled demolition. The building gets kind of wrapped and sealed, kind of taken down floor by floor, dust contained, even though that's not really how demolition works. But not a scratch on the neighbors, okay? The cell that read the room. Door number two, Pyroptosis, is gasdermin's specialty, and gasdermin does not read the room. This is the cell that instead of quietly leaving the party, it kicks the doors off the hinges, it flips the table, it detonates every wall, blowing out all at once. It's like a Kool-Aid man, flinging the entire inflammatory contents across the whole block. And gasdermin literally punches holes in the membrane. The cell swells up like it's holding its own breath, and it's in a fight, and then pop, it ruptures, and everything inside, this whole payload of inflammation, it sprays into the tissue around it. And here's the rude part. That spray hits the neighboring cells and it goes, you too, bestie. And then they start blowing, and it's a chain reaction. So one cell radicalizing the entire block. Yeah. Now, Harvard Medical School published research in 2023 finding that chronic psychological stress, it flips gasdermin's switch. So this is through something called NLRP3 inflammasome, and in your immune cells, your neural tissue. And 2024 research from Peking University found this exact demolition happening in hippocampal cells of chronically subjects. In the hippocampus, your memory and healing center. The cells in charge of helping you get better are the ones that are throwing the freaking tantrum. And the more of them that blow, the more the brain fog, and the more the memory struggle, and the more it's hard to make sense. So this is not a metaphorical overwhelm. The pressure that you feel is real, and it goes all the way down into a cellular level. So how do we talk to gasdermin off the ledge of going cuckoo? Well, not by white knuckling it out. You cannot discipline a demolition, okay? You have to lower the signaling alarm that charges. The NAC mops up the oxidative stress that primes the whole thing. Omega-3s and DHA show up before the inflammasomes can even assemble, and it can go, not today, folks, okay? And quercetin shuts down the same trigger down in a different way. It's one little compound working 3 jobs and not taking a single break. So I just want y'all to put your hand flat on your sternum, flat on your chest, flat on your tummy. Feel the pressure, because that's real. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth longer than you breathe in. And just remind yourself that the pressure inside me is allowed to release gently now. My body knows how to do this softly, because it does. And this explosion, just what happens when the gentle cleanup crew gets buried over time. So we've got to give them backup, and then they can go back into handling it quietly. You are not just emotionally overwhelmed, your cells were too, and they both deserve the same exact compassion. Let's heal. You've got this, sweet sunshine. Bye.